Hey guys, what's up? Gojo Gaming here. Might change my name, maybe Mojo Gojo. Anyway, I've been playing way too much Baldur's Gate 3. Way too much, look at those numbers. 3 digits, 110 hours. Yep. Haven't even made it past Act 1. Recap. So last time we did the Nautiloid video. Again, some glam rock Squidward dude put a worm in our head. Green elves on giant red dragons attacked Squidward's ship. He teleported the ship to hell, but the green elf dragons followed anyway and ripped open his ship. We woke up covered in blood with nothing in our head but whispers from an evil spirit. We met a cranky green elf soldier lady with a worm in her head too. Helped her fight some flying imps. Find a white elf soldier in a glowing pod. Green elf lady doesn't want to help white elf lady, but my guy's a good guy, so we do. Just to be fair, they got names. Green lady's name is Laezel and the white one's Shadoheart. FYI, these two are going to be the best of gal pals.
We're nearing the helm. Once inside, do as I say.
Who put you in charge? I'll trust my own judgment.
Long story short, green girl, white girl, and my brown kung fu devil do some things. First, we block the hallway to the first boss fight, magic him with butterfingers to steal his sword, surround him with bombs, and blow that sucker up. A Squidward guy or Mind Flayer also dies in the explosion, but they didn't have a name, so how important could they have been? Anyway, we crashed the ship and I magically survived, and not without a scratch, but my brown kung fu devil, Demon Fist Amir, fell hundreds if not thousands of feet out of the sky and gets caught by an invisible magic hand. And with that, we've officially finished the prologue, escaping the Nautiloid, and can start Chapter 1, Ravaged Beach. When we wake up, we find some dead corpses nearby, innocent bystanders killed by the crash. For some reason, the sight of barbecued corpses arouses the evil spirit inside us, and we smile. But we're trying to be a good guy, so Amir snaps out of it and gets rid of his creepy smile. We find the white elf girl Shadowheart also alive and well on the beach. She thanks us for saving her on the ship, and when I ask about our missing green elf friend Laezel, Shadowheart tells us we should forget about her, like she didn't just help us fight our way off a squid demon ship. We do a little leveling up for the first time. Our guy Demon Fist Amir is a tiefling monk and Shadowheart's a half-elf cleric. Clerics are like, how do I describe clerics? They're like religious magic knights, kind of like the less heavy version of paladins. Anyway, we find our first fast travel marker. I later learned we can fast travel whenever from the main menu, but whatever. We do a little talking at camp. In the morning, we fight off some brain puppies, free a chatty human wizard named Gale stuck in a magic portal. My guy Demon Fist Amir fights off the creepy urge to rip off Gale's hand and recruits him to our party instead. After leveling that guy up, we take a look around the ship, and on the other side, a fancy elf rogue tries to mug us. His name's Astarion, and he's kinda sassy too. Does everybody have attitude in this game? Anyway, fancy elf dude's name's Astarion. He pulled a knife on us, and our evil spirit imagines peeling his skin, but we're trying to be good, and he's got a worm in his head too, so we tell him he should join us. After that, we funnily enough find Laezel trapped in a cage by some local tieflings, and surprise, surprise, Shadowheart is the one who doesn't want to help Laezel this time. But also, Laezel telepathically uses her worm to tell us she knows a cure for our, worm situation. So, because my tiefling monk's a good guy, we help her out and do a little heart-to-heart with our horned brethren. Greetings, my fellow tieflings. Could you help a tiefling brother out by setting free my sassy green Wonder Woman friend? There's a bunch of stats we use in this game: strength, constitution, dexterity, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Basically how strong, tough, coordinated, smart, wise, or silver-tongued we are. My tiefling monk Demon Fist Amir is high on toughness, coordination, wisdom, and has a tiny bit of charm, if I do say so myself. So my fellow horned and tailed brethren release the sassy green elf to me, and Laezel's of course she's very grateful for our help.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche.
And Shadowheart's very happy to have her best gal pal back.
She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
So I didn't mention it before, but our first mission was to escape the giant squid ship, which we did. And our second mission is to find a cure for the worms in our heads. Or just get them out. I mean, who wouldn't want that? So Laezel gives us our first subquest for the Find a Cure mission. A possible cure / solution called a Githyanki Creche. Githyanki is the name of Laezel's people, the Green Elf folks. Anyway, Gale can't magic open lock chests, this is the wizard guy, and doors until level 3 or 4, and can't do jack about traps. So we send our wizard back to camp where he can contemplate his early game usefulness and head out with my sassy elf crew, Laezel, Shadoheart, and Astarion, who do nothing but bicker and complain. Before heading off to the next new area, we find a severely wounded mind flayer on the ship.
There. A mind flayer. And it's hurt.
That thing's bound to be dangerous, even if injured. Best be careful.
You approach the dying monster. This is the thing that abducted you. You could end its life here and now, if only you didn't feel compassion. Compassion. You can't move, can't think. Thinking is mercifully done for you. It will be a joy to serve, to die for it an honor. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it. But then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere. The monster lies exhausted, defeated. Its eyes, wet orange pearls, radiate malice.
Yeah, I know, very unmonk-like, but I gotta let loose my dark urge sometimes. And with that, we conclude Chapter 1's Ravaged Beach, and I'm moving on to Chapter 2, Dank Crypt. Dank Crypt. This level isn't super important. You can complete the game without it, but I like the perks and rewards from it. Plus, the Dank Crypt is our first dungeon where we fight looters, undead skeletons, and unlock someone special. We convinced the first group of looters to leave because there is a dangerous alien spaceship nearby, but after using Astarion to get past the dungeon's front door without stepping in traps, the second group of looters attacks us. And even though Laezel, Shadoheart, and Astarion all hate each other, the battle synergy is on point. It's just killer. We got our frontliner tank with Laezel. My guy, Demon Fist Amir, the Tiefling monk, is the sword to her shield, plus our 2 long-range supports. Shadowheart's our white mage healer who can still crack fools in the face with her mace, and Astarion, well, Astarion unlocks chests, locates hidden chests, disarms traps, locates hidden traps, can hide and launch sneak attacks. The guy's not the friendliest fancy pants I ever met, but god dang is he useful. And his sassiness is I'll admit it, it's kinda growing on me. I might be getting a little sassy myself. Anyway, we find a magic book of dead and resurrected gods.
It's far lighter than it should be with such a massive lock. As the lock opens, a loose page comes with it. Magic pulses from the parchment. What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. But of what? The longer you stare at the dark and decimated words, the more your head aches. There is no meaning to be found here.
Gods fight magic skeletons whose weapons we stole before they woke up.
Hells. Something just woke up down. Spill some blood. A lot of effort to hide one sarcophagus.
Then we crack open a tomb at the end of the dungeon and release Withers in all his glory. Who is Withers, you say? He's a magic zombie priest who likes to speak in riddles about time and fate. Also, Withers is an NPC who later shows up and stays at our camp, where he offers to resurrect and reclass party members for the not-so-cheap price of 200 gold. He also lets us use some generic spirit helpers, but I don't really care for that. Alright guys, this video went a little bit longer than I planned it to. Might even do a longer video next time, but I'm going to end things right here. After acquiring Withers, the zombie priest, now I can reclass any of my party members, revive any of them if they die. I don't even have to pick up their bodies or their stuff. As long as I have 200 gold and take it back to Mr. Withers, he will bring back any of my fallen allies. Alright, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.